family, happy Monday. I'm here with a friend, Marc Vedo. Marc is not just a DJ, and you're going to see his mix straight after this, but Marc also has an agency that's linked us with some of the acts that we were just so close to booking for you in Zouk Genting, and we'll be returning to early next year when we get permission to. Hey Marc, how have you been, and where are you right now, and what have you been doing during lockdown?
Hey everyone, nice to see you all. I am in, as you can see, in my studio stroke office at the moment, and the lockdown has been, it's been challenging. Stuck at home now for 2 months, which is basically the rest of the world is the same. So we're kind of all in the same position, keeping fit, active, trying to be positive, making music, doing live streams, trying to run the agency side of things as well. Obviously no family, no travel, haven't been to the beach recently. So that kind of sucks. But yeah, besides to that, I think, just trying to stay healthy and away from the virus.
So Marc, it's actually interesting because you're no stranger to Asia. You toured around when you were DJing, and this led you into the agency side of the business. Why don't you tell us a bit about how that came about?
Yeah, so my connection with Asia has been right from the beginning of my career. I think I first went and played in China when I was 18, and this is quite a while ago. It was in Shenzhen, and from that I just started playing all around Asia, and I've basically been to every country in Asia so far, and I met a lot of people, and from that I built up a lot of contacts and decided that the agency was a natural progression for what I was doing, to run parallel with my music and touring and the agency. So it's really hard work though, because obviously we have 50 plus artists. We represent a lot of really big top 100 names, as big as A-Lock, which is number 11 in the world, Angerfist, Mariana Bo, a huge roster. So I have a lot of challenges with all the managers and the artists, and we have a lot of staff as well. So we do more than 1,000 shows a year globally, so it's a lot of work. And then my other side is the DJing and producing. So yeah, you have to work really hard to keep both going. So it's not, it's not an easy ride.
Sorry, I mean, we've been chatting to you for a very long time now. I mean, Angerfist played in Zouk Singapore. Luckily, that gig went ahead. We were just about to have Mariana, and we're looking forward to doing that as soon as we're allowed. But where do you see the movement in music now? I mean, in Asia at least, we see a huge move into hardstyle. It's immensely popular out here. Yeah. But over the course of your agency, what kind of different trends have you witnessed, and how have you responded to the movement in those trends?
So it's really funny because Asia was totally and utterly progressive house back in the day. It was all Sasha, Digweed, James Abelia, Nick Warren. And the club scene was good and it was strong, but it was very different. And then over the last decade, we've seen this huge development in clubs, production, high energy, a VIP service. I mean, when I first played in China, I used to go to clubs in China where the dance floor was like 2 square meters, and it was surrounded by chairs, and people were playing this dice game all the time. And the DJ booth was like some kind of afterthought in the corner. Obviously now China's got, without question, the best clubs in the world. I mean, you can find in most major cities clubs that will rival Hakkasan, all the clubs in Ibiza. Zouk is an incredible club as well. So you've got all these new clubs that have developed over the years, and the music has changed. It's become much more high energy. So you had the commercial EDM, which was super popular in the last few years, and now it's moving towards, it's splintered, and you've got the harder sound. You've also got a bass sound. You're also seeing a lot of the house music coming through, but that's more sort of the smaller 500, 600 capacity venues, rooftop bars, beach clubs. So it's quite diverse, but it's interesting to watch how it's all developed over the last few years.
Yeah, it is interesting, and as you say, you've summarized it well. I mean, there are super clubs all over Asia now as a major superpower. It's not just Ibiza and Vegas anymore, but there's a lot happening on this side of the world. You look at Taiwan, we've now got 2 super clubs. Zouk has 2 in Malaysia. We've got 1 in Singapore. And China, even in tier 2 cities in China, they have clubs that major cities in Europe would be really envious of. It's nuts. I have to comment, Mark, on your background. You have how many records there?
Well, there's more around the back as well. So I think there's about 12,000 and around 12,000 records.
Wow.
So, yeah. I don't play them anymore, unfortunately, because they just became too heavy. So one box, when I used to travel, I used to have a box of vinyl and it used to weigh 25 kilos, which is totally illegal to go on a plane with 25 kilos. So at check-in, I used to have to stand with my box trying to pretend it wasn't really heavy. But yeah, so we eventually USB sticks, really simple, quick, everything's on there.
It's
but
amazing.
Yeah, no, I vinyl.
I see now when the guys turn up, it's literally headphones in one hand, USB in another. I mean, they come to the dinner before the show, and it's like everything is in 2 hands. It's no longer the trolleys and everything else.
No, exactly. I mean, I used to take 2 trolleys, so I used to carry 50 kilos worth of records, which is crazy.
So the whole purpose of this is obviously you've got a mix coming up, which we'll talk about at the very end. But I just want to get a chance for the guys to get a bit more about you. So, favorite genre?
Favorite genre? Really hard. I like them all. If I was going for a night out, I'd probably go for house music. Sexy, groovy house music.
Producing or playing?
Playing, 100%. Producing is great and it's fun, but there's nothing like playing live.
All-time favorite track?
Either something by I don't know, classic, Massive Attack, probably. Maybe a Michael Jackson track.
Teardrop is a classic from Massive
Teardrop,
Attack.
yeah, exactly. So probably going back into that kind of sphere, yeah.
Dream collaboration?
Dream collaboration, cool. Probably Calvin Harris, just because he's so versatile and he can do pretty much everything. And it'd be amazing to sit in the studio with him, just to get the knowledge and experience. And I mean, he's a hit machine, so you can't beat that.
Last DJ you paid for a ticket or entry to go and watch?
Carl Cox at the Q Club in Birmingham.
That's fantastic answer. CDJ or vinyl?
There's nothing like playing on vinyl, and people that have never played on vinyl have only started on CDJ. It's so much easier, CDJs.
What was your trick to making touring a better situation?
Trying to sleep properly in the right time zones, and really going to the gym was the breaker. Without exercising to break that time zone, the jet lag, the tiredness, it'd be impossible. That is the key for me.
And one item that would definitely be on your rider?
One item. I'll probably say some alcohol would be nice.
That's a fair one. That's a fair one. So Mark, tell us a bit. We've got a set coming up straight after this. Tell us what's going to be in it. Tell us what kind of vibe you have. And if you continue to do sets with us, what kind of versatility will you show?
Yeah, so I had lots of ideas of different genres I was going to play. So this one was the first one that I did for you guys, and it feels like it's a move from the sound in Asia, but I really like it, and it had a really good uplifting vibe. So I'm hoping that what I'm going to show can give people an insight on how cool and groovy house music can be in a club and to dance to, because I think the Asian market, like you said, is very hard based at the moment, and I think it'd be nice for people to experience another sound. So hopefully this is an entry point for them.
Well, I think that's great, Mark, because also it's been a tough time for everyone, and people can be a bit downhearted. And I think something that can allow them to look outside, because it's summer all year round here, and watch maybe the sky go orange at sunset and listen to some cool vibes, can remind them of what it might be like to go to Bali and sit on the beach, or just smile for an hour. But we really look forward to it, Mark. Thanks so much. We'd love to chat to you again. And get you back on to do another style, and then also chat to you a bit more about some of the artists. You mentioned that some of your artists might be able to jump on and do a mix for us. Who are you thinking in the back of your mind in the near future?
Definitely Mariana Bow. I think she'll definitely be on for that. Juicy M, maybe get Maten as well. So get some of all the girls on board. Definitely people like Warface and some of the harder style guys, because I know you guys are really into that. And then some of the new guys coming through, like Mesto, Futuristic Polar Bears, Mr. Black, those kind of acts, which I think are really interesting up and coming artists. Marnik as well. So yeah, loads. We have 50, so we can do it once a week.
Well, Mark, it's been a real pleasure. I really appreciate it. Stay safe, look after yourself, and we can't wait to listen to the mix. Thank you.
Yes, thank you.